Welcome back to some more EU4 with me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun, playing as East Frisia. We're out on the Frisian shoulder of the Holy Roman Empire. Last episode, we upset most of the Empire, took most of the land from Munster. We gave Austria some provinces. I'm just curious, did they even keep them? Yeah, looks like they did. So that's cool. They have a habit of just giving them away. England is somehow getting wrecked by Scotland, even though they have a smaller army. Just England things. This episode, we have to start off by unpausing, keeping our hands a little bit tied. We just don't want to go too crazy while there's a coalition potentially able to fire on us. We did hire... Well, we did hire, I guess. We did hire France as an ally of ours. And our general died immediately. Oh my god, goodness me, you're terrible. I'm glad that our previous general, just improved his stats to then immediately die. That was great. And our admiral died as well. Cool. We can't replace them right now, so we're just gonna have to eat it. Apparently the start of this episode is all death all the time. Do need to get a debate through the land tag. What do we want? We don't need the stability, we're actually at +3. Such a fantastic choice, but I don't need it. More mercantilism could be useful. Just Diplo power would be helpful because we're making a very, very small amount of it. Now let's go for the mercantilism. What do you want? 3 military power? Done deal. We had to, last episode, choose against boosting our mercantilism just so we could get some more military points. So it's nice to be able to get that in return. We do have enough, speaking of points, enough papal influence to get something. What do we want? I don't think we need to levy church tax right now. We only have 1 loan, so forgiving the usury is probably not super helpful. This is more useful at war. Our Republican tradition is 100, so that's not a problem. That might have been the helpful way of swaying France to allies if we didn't already make that happen. I'm just going to get the extra mercantilism again. Oh, we just lost a load of claims. Why? Oh, I guess they weren't permanent. That's unfortunate. But I didn't read that through properly on a previous mission, but not that I could really do anything with it anyway. I don't care if Liège hates us, I'm sorry. You guys are inconsequential. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite me in the butt later. Now, so clearly don't hate me that much because they would royal marry us. They just absolutely would not ally us ever because they hate France. But that was intentional. It might even be worth getting out of Poland. We're going to curry favours against France because now that we're allied, this is a significantly more useful use of time. There it is. I can never remember where that button is. Yeah, because their military is so much bigger than ours, we don't curry favours very quickly. But at least we're getting something. We're not really ahead on tech, so I might wait on this idea group, even though army tradition decay is helpful to get, but I think we'll wait. Oh, England's got the War of the Roses firing. They have no manpower, but they might be able to defeat that. Scotland really did not press the advantage, so Sligo got 1 extra province out of the deal. But that is a pretty rubbish end result. They could have taken tons of land if they wanted to. What a mistake. What a mistake to make. Pay that loan back before I forget. Doesn't make it any cheaper to pay it back earlier, it just means I'm less likely to forget. clergy. What's your equilibrium? 48.5. So I'm going to summon. Let's see if somebody has something in here that's easy to do. You want to increase base tax. They want to subjugate Berg. We would get a CB on Berg if we did that. Interesting. And that's about trade power, which I think we'll have a very hard time accomplishing. The problem is if I attack Berg, that's going to fire the coalition. How long do I have on this? 20 years? Are they an interesting long-term prospect? See, the problem with Berg is that they have claims, but it's on mostly my land. I don't think that's the right solution. I think it's to get Grins to base tax of 6. And then we're going to seize land. Thank you. Yeah, because it's only 2 extra points we'd have to pump in. We're going to encourage development. Yes, it'll cost me a little bit of money, but it'll make this process cheaper. Nearly did the wrong province. That would have been excellent. There you go. That was worth it. I don't usually summon the Diet very often, but I think that made sense. Oof. -3 mercantilism. Sorry, burgers. You're just going to have to hate me for a bit. Because I am not doing that. And we're now behind non-tech, so our innovativeness is going to drop. But we should be able to get to admin tech level 8 pretty soon. I think it's 45. He is incorruptible. So do we want to debase our currency a little bit? That's 68 gold. Debase it once, and then we're not going to root out corruption. And yeah, now our corruption's going to drop just gradually by itself. So that's just a little bit of free money. Now people are losing their faith in the coalition. I still think we made the right Diet decision though. We can get 1 extra troops. Let's get another cannon. Probably get rid of... I've been thinking about this a little bit. I'm tempted to get rid of the fort in Utrecht. It is only a farmland. But considering it's on Nassau's border, might still be useful right now, I think. Yeah, nations are all going to start dripping away from the coalition. Maybe they are drip drying too, who knows. More corruption, hooray! Get that tech, please, so we can get our innovativeness to go back up again. Do we want to pass the Act of Uniformity? Probably not. So let's get that out of the way. Interesting decision to try and purchase the electorate. I mean, that we clearly don't have anyone near enough money to do that right now. You need 6,000 gold. And our corruption is too high. But that's interesting. We'll see what that comes to as we go. Yeah, with this weird situation where we're a republic, but maybe we're still eligible to do that. We'll see. We will see. Speaking of the Holy Roman Empire, though. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, speaking of the Holy Roman Empire, let's see what state of affairs we're in. So, Nassau would definitely be reinstated if their leader was to die. They're making reasonable imperial authority, but not astonishingly high. Okay. Another level of government improvement we can do as well. Oh, we're on the Tier 5 military doctrine section, where we have like 1 million options. So we can have a pretty boring option with organised military staff. Military engineering is a little bit more interesting, but not by a lot. Cheaper artillery is fine, but not the big deal breaker. Defensive stance works far better if you're in a big country. I don't think that's super helpful. Sustained discipline is a little bit better because you lose less men and you can drill quicker, so your troops stay better for longer. So that's potentially interesting. We're not doing cavalry warfare. We're not doing mercenary leadership. Amphibious specialization. I don't think is that quick. Although this is an interesting decision because it gives you more soldiers in the sailor pool. And it can be helpful if you're having to attack from boats, but I'm hoping we don't have to. And then Navy professionalism is not very sexy, but can be incredibly helpful. But I don't think... there's so many options. I don't think very many of them are even that good. I think I'm going to do sustained discipline. I don't know if that's what the equivalent I did last time, but you can see, like, drilling right now will become significantly more efficient. And like I said, they lose it less quickly as well, which is very helpful. Yeah, our average drill is 81. So if somebody did want to attack our stack right now, they'd win because we have no morale. But assuming we had morale, then they would have a much harder time. Oh, France has laid a claim to Savoy. How old is your leader? 25. And they're not infertile, so that'll probably come to nothing. Up to 5 favours with France. Nothing we can do anything with, but we're slowly getting there. I don't think I've even seen Coburg on the map before. I'm not talking about that fella in the States that probably killed 4 people. Interesting. Anyway, they're a 1 province minor, but they're not going to afford to borrow our army anyway, so that's a no from me. We're not ahead on military, so I might wait. But we don't want to wait on the Splendor option. I think we're just going to have combat bonus in the terrain of the capital, which is a very bland choice, especially considering it's grassland, but kind of wish this... There are definitely pros and cons to having your capital in terrain that's relatively easy to work with. It costs a lot less to develop it, for example, but obviously much harder to defend. And we don't have a ton of grassland in our territory. Most of it's farmland, which does not count as the same... So you don't get bonus on both, even though you would feel they're very similar, but no. Yeah, no, we're gonna wait. I thought about it again, but no, we're gonna wait. House of Lancashire, Lancaster looks like it's beating the House of York something fierce. This is stinky. I'm going to eat the admin points, I think. Pretty rare decision for me to make, but I think that's the right decision. We should probably now start thinking about what are we going to do from a military action perspective. We waited a little bit. Our aggressive expansion has definitely gone down. It's still pretty high, but it's definitely low enough in a lot of places where we can start making decisions again. This being Nassau as well is very annoying. So I know it talked about subjugation of Berg, but I'm tempted to just attack Berg. But this is the problem. They're allied to Nassau. Well, they're not. We've been warned. So that's why we can't do anything about that one. Is it the same with... Yeah, can't attack that. Hypothetically, Yeah, we could attack Denmark because they don't border Nassau. I guess with that logic we could attack Verden over here as well. I do wonder if this would potentially be the time to start planning to attack Denmark. It's tricky because they have 20,000 troops. Definitely the 9,000 Norwegian troops would defend them. The Swiss troops would not. Well, let's get a claim there at least anyway. So let's start throwing a spy network overboard. New Cardinal, thank you very much. That's fine. And there we go, level 8 military tech. Regimental camps. Good to get our force limit up, but that's not really the priority. No point getting it too high if we don't have enough soldiers to back it up. Do we need to make any of these states? We have 3 provinces that are in states by themselves right now. That's probably not worth doing. Half price level 2 trader. I'm going to take you. So we don't make gangbusters every month by any stretch of the imagination, but especially when we lose 57 ducats, that's really nice for the game. I still think that's worth doing because we need to get our Diplo tech up, and if we're going to start eventually colonizing things, we've got to at least be prepared for the possibility of doing that. And that would involve getting... I was about to say a quesadilla. That's not what I meant, a conquistador. Yes, let's have my Mexican chicken and peppers wrap glued together to help. That'll do it. I've just hired him. No, he's going to be worth more than 50 Diplo points by the end. That's fine. Does put us almost right slap bang in the middle again. Oh, Nassau likes us a bit more. Cool. Still, not going to happen long term. We can cancel this edict now. That's fine. Get out of here. Thank you very much. Elhad Shuf has been spotted down south. So yeah, in terms of game plans then, so what were we thinking? Going after Denmark, they're not part of the Holy Roman Empire and they're not adjacent to Nassau, so that would probably be safe. Why did the Nassau have to have their home province here? If it was just this blob, it would give me some options, but they're adjacent to so many other nations I want to attack. They're going to make my life a little bit stinky. So yeah, so we'll probably have to expand in this direction, at least temporarily. Marley and Joloff are still there. Oh, Denmark's now considered a great power. How? What did they do? Oh, they ate part... Oh dear. Oh dear, Muscovy's fallen apart, it seems. We have an independent Perm. We have an independent Beluzero. Beluzero? I don't know. Nobody ever thinks about these guys normally. Yeah, this is a border gore nightmare. We have an independent Nizhny Novgorod, but we don't have Novgorod. Well, that's a paddling. That's a little bit scary in a way, because if Muscovy completely disintegrates, that gives Poland and Lithuania massive opportunity to just grow to be gigantic, uncontrollable messes. I am not losing 233 ducats. Absolutely not. The Papal States are just going to have to hate us, because I'm not paying that. I'm not that worried about this part, honestly. Denmark's going to have a heck of a time trying to keep this from rebelling. And we just had our spy court. Cool. Cool. Okay. Get the claim on Slesvig again. Might as well bring it back. We are above 10 favours now with France. Not that I'm... Yeah, they're not going to join because it's too far away. That's so stupid. It's not that far away. And even if I got them to prepare for war, they wouldn't do it. Dishmarschen now will. They don't like Denmark so much all of a sudden. So theoretically, if we did this, we would still be outnumbered in troops when you look at the base. But you have to remember that 13,000 of that will not count as long as we don't go into Swedish territory. If you go into Swedish territory, then you're fair game. But other than that, no, it's fine. So let's stop drilling, please. We clearly can get open borders through Luneburg. That will be fine. I'm just kind of planning this out ahead of time. So we can get open borders through Luneburg. We are going to have a hard time getting it, though, through Berg. Verden will. So then it would have to be... Okay, Hamburg would. Really what I'm trying to avoid is having to cross over here, because they can just blockade us, because they're going to have way more ships than we do, and they do have way more ships than we do. We would have to send our ships home at war. But I do think that's what we should do. I think Austria might have a hard time getting their troops over, but I'm not that concerned. Yeah, they're allied to Riga and Stettin. Stettin's here next to Volgas. They're not very big. That's not scary at all. Riga's a one-province minor. Not worried about that. It's a bit risky. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. But I think we are going to attack Denmark. But we're going to have to wait just for a few months because we need some morale. We'll also have to eat some Diplo points again. What tech level are they at? Same military. Okay, that's fine. So it'd be Frankfurt, Austria, and Dithmarschen. Luneburg won't join the war, but they'll probably give us open borders. You still have no interest. You're too far away, which makes sense. I mean, to be fair, in Savoy's defense, I get why they wouldn't want to join this war. Okay. So let's declare. And what we're going to do is we are going to turn the speed down and just wait a handful of days. See if another nation gets open borders with Verden. No? Okay, I'm going to have to do it. That's fine. I was hoping Denmark would ask. Luneburg, we're friends. I'm going to ask for your open borders so that won't cost me anything. Please don't make me ask both places. Okay, you're here already. This is the one time I would not mind attacking on grassland, but attacking on marsh is fine as well. Why won't you give me open borders? You suck. Okay, we'll do it this way instead. Fine, we're just going to have to eat the points. We're going to go into Luneburg, Dithmarschen, and come back. He's got 5 maneuver, but not much else. We are outnumbered slightly, but I think we'll be okay. And I want to attack them before the Norwegian stack can come down. Yeah, Dishmartian will join us. So looking at the combat stats, they get the penalty. They do have more morale than we do. We also have more cannons than they do. So they should take more damage. Yeah, they took way more damage. Look at that. We just shredded their infantry. Oh, we took morale. That's a really good bonus to get. That's a grassland, so we are definitely going to sit on that fort. Because we... I don't know, would we even get the combat bonus on that, even though it's a fort we're attacking? It's the same terrain as ours. I don't know. We'll find out. Also, getting Midas Touch is a fantastic thing to get. If you claim Slesvig for yourself, I'm going to be very upset. So I'm going to just quickly borrow a couple of infantry and sit there. I guess we don't need our diplomat sitting around doing nothing, so you might as well just be nice to allies. Good. Frankfurt's genuinely doing what I've asked them to do. Austria is now going to come in and beat up Stettin, which is exactly... I was going to say, it's not as planned because it didn't say anything, but that's what I expected to have happen. Because they're just, their proximity, right? Now, the problem we're going to have is we're not going to be able to get over here. It's just not going to happen. We have no way of defeating the Danish Navy. It is not happening, and it will probably not happen for many, many years. Pretty much every province they have is a coastal province, so we can't compete with that. We're also losing money. Not a lot, but it's because they're sitting here pillaging our coastline. Speaking of things being a trade, oh, okay, Austria just brought cannons, that was nice of them. Do I see any bad troops around? Not a huge number. No, I'm going to stay in Holstein. I'll make a little bit of money. A little bit of pocket change probably will help us. Yeah, we are losing money steadily. To be expected. Yeah, absolutely. With a little bit of inflation, I'm okay with that. Because now we can get this idea group. Not that it really matters, but I really want the Saxon feud. Some of our other ideas are okay. Like, there's nothing in here that's fantastic. I mean, hooray, we're blooming increased chance of a new heir. That's really helpful in a republic. Ah, dear. No, I'm not losing a base tax. You can be unhappy at me and cost me a little bit of recovery time if you want. We're only taking 0.2 gold month. We should probably just put you two together then, just so you don't get wiped by this little group. Oh, no, we're going to get caught. Okay. So what we want to do is... not do that, actually, because if I do that, then we're going to end up with a really lopsided army. So do this instead. Yeah, it wasn't technically our stack of troops they were catching, I guess, but we'll go help them anyway. Yeah, this was a bad decision that you made. That's just more war score for us, thank you. And because we didn't take all of our troops off and they didn't sortie, we didn't lose our siege progress. Which at this stage of the game is pretty slow, although we are a +3 because of all these cannons. So with our 3 groups of troops, we're just going to do one there, one there, one there. You don't need to have people join you. And we're just going to play the occupy everything game that we can reach. As I said, we're not getting over here. It's just, unless you want to take the world's most enormous route, it's not happening. What I'm hoping will happen is there'll be a revolt over here. We can't see it because we don't have any intel, but I'm hoping there'll be a revolt over there. See, we can't get over here if we wanted to. But this is the way of guaranteeing that Sweden will not get involved, because we can't physically reach Sweden, so unless they want to take the route of maybe capturing Riga and going all the way around, we're fine. We do have to watch for that, because the AI may decide it wants to, but there's the Rigan stack. For some reason, Frankfurt's just watching Dishmarschen rather than helping them, but it's fine. Riga's just got stat wiped somehow. Don't even know how that happened. But we can turn the speed back up to 4. Because we've done what we need to do. We've captured Schleswig, so this war score is going to keep ticking up by another 20 points. I would like to not be hemorrhaging money, though, if we could. Why are we losing so much? Is it just because we're being pillaged? Well, it's because we can't do any trade, right? So I guess what we'll do then is, even though it'll cost us some military points per month, is we're going to do war taxes. So I don't want to take out 1,000 loans while we do this. We're still going to lose money, but not anywhere near as much. We could also debase our currency again if we wanted to, because we are going down in corruption by a fairly steady amount. So just do that for now. There we go. Sweden's declared war for independence. Would have been nice if that had happened a little bit earlier, but what are you going to do? And Denmark has come back for another round, so we are going to combine all of our troops again and go give them a smack. We lose about 3,000 troops, they lose about 7,000 troops. We're just going to keep letting them do that. We are going to keep letting them come over to this fort and get beaten up. Cheaper ships is not going to help us. Sorry, that's not helpful at all. Oh wow, England finally did defeat the House of Lancaster. It took them a very, very long time. And they still have no manpower, but they did accomplish it just. Boy, did they make something easy look very difficult. I will eat 25 admin points there. I'm not happy about it, but I will. We don't need to curry favours with France at this point. Stettin, what do you want to give us? I'm going to say no, not because that's a bad deal, but even though they're our rivals, I don't want to break your alliance with the Teutonic Order, really. So that's war reparations. I'm going to break your alliance with Nassau instead. The less nations that the Holy Roman Emperor can be allied to, the better. For me. Not for them, but for me, for sure. Oh wow, I just noted the time on this video. I guess we'll put a cut here then, and we'll tidy up our war with Denmark by the end, and we'll have to watch. Will Sweden be able to break away? Can we help them do so? Because I would say it's to our benefit if they do. Join us next episode and we'll find out. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.